one of the things I take from intersectionality is just an embracing of the complexity. So you know what I mean? Like, not to see that. And so, for example, it's been a little worrying to me to see how, so there's this case of Tony Timpa, who, I don't know if you're familiar with this case, but he was a white man who had some serious mental health challenges, called 911 himself because he was having a bit of a panic attack. I think he was off his meds for schizophrenia and he had taken cocaine. He was not doing well.
This is in Dallas, right?
You got any name on him or anything?
Just Tony's the only thing we can get.
Help me! Tony!
Hey, get on the ground.
No, you're gonna kill me.
I'm not gonna kill you.
This is in Dallas. This is in 2016. Anyways, he was killed by the police in a situation that has a lot of parallels to George Floyd. Just to give some context, though, his mom was told that they found him already dead. And that's what the official story was. And there was reasons, I can't remember all the details, but there's reasons why his mom doubted the story. So Tony Timpa's white. I don't know if we laid that off the top, but his mom doubted some of the story, and so she started a case, and they ended up getting the body camera footage and audio.
Tony!
Relax. No! Get you some help, Tony. Relax, man. Just stay down. Tony.
No!
Tony.
Ah! Just keep him down.
Hold on.
Had him down like this because they had him just sitting down. He's like rolling. Like, roller coaster, man. I was like, ah,
Schizophrenia.
They knelt on top of him when he was face down in the dirt for 13 minutes, and they were making fun of him and making fun of his mental issues and things like this. And he stopped breathing, and they stayed on him for another 4 minutes, and they're like making jokes about him after he's dead.
You all right, bud? You gonna be all right.
is he acknowledging you more?
He's moving.
Oh, I thought he nodded yes to your question.
Tony.
Tony!
Hey, back to school. Wake up.
I don't want to go to school.
Is he knocked out or he ain't dead, is he?
Nah, he just moved.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he did.
Is he breathing? Hope I didn't kill him.
And it's like that video, I mean, I hate comparing tragedy videos, but like to hear them mocking this man and his mental illness as they're killing him, and laughing about it, it's got a level of dehumanization that you can put in the ballpark of a George Floyd type situation. Like, I don't know. It's a terrifying video. I'll just say, like, I felt terrified.
Yeah.
And then to find out, and then to see this video of his mom's response when she saw the video, and she does this press conference after she'd been told by the police that they had found him already dead.
That's what they told me. They found a body. How many people did they tell they found a body? How many other mothers are out there that don't know? How many more will there be?
And it's frightening to me that I found so few people talking about these two cases in a way that acknowledges all the problems that are here, you know, and that tries to like incorporate them into a critique of policing and a critique of some of the callousness in our society or whatever it might be, that can acknowledge the anti-black racism and acknowledge that white people are also the victims of police violence, and you know what I mean. And it's like, and acknowledge all these things. And there's so little work out there that I can find. If I Google George Floyd and Tony Timpa together, I get just a wave of like right wing. It actually like it changes my algorithm. I mean, it's like I'm getting all these Fox News things up on my YouTube now, you know, because I was looking into this in my algorithm. It's like the right wing dominates the Tony Timpa story, and that.
What does the right wing say? What does the right wing say about Tony Timpa?
Well, just like look at the Tony Timpa story, and you didn't see white people freak out and be like, we're targets of police violence. This is like a Black Lives Matter overreaction, you know?
I think that's a failure. It's a failure of the narrative and the conversations in our society. As we're working to have better conversations, it's possible to fail. It's possible to like create a narrative that falls short of what could be. And that's an example of that. The problem of policing in this country is disproportionately burdened by Black people and First Peoples, but it's true for everyone. There's an issue with the way we relegate certain segments of our community to just being policed. The police are just to come in and kind of quell that noise. After we've failed them, we failed these kids in our education system, we failed them in the job market. Certain problems arise from that, and then we just get the police in there. And that's true for people of all colors. And there's no reason, I don't see any reason why we can't say that. But this ability to see the struggles of other peoples is vital. We're making a broader claim about society and about how a good society could be structured. And we have to structure ourselves and ground ourselves in a humanist ethic where we are not solely concerned. We can be particularly concerned at particular times with particular groups. That's the flashpoint idea. Or else whatever society we dream about building will be imbued with with your own version of bias, you know? And that's what the whole point of this should be. That's how you justify the tearing down and the riots, as well as the peaceful protest, as well as the political conversation and the legislative effort and the effort to attack this from a legal standpoint.
I have to remind myself of this often. Is like, be careful when something that is true, something that happened, like when you feel like the fact that it happened or the fact that it exists represents a threat to your worldview. It's like, you have to incorporate it. You have to figure out how you're going to incorporate this in your worldview. You can't just say like that fact, like that thing, that phenomenon that's actually happening in the real world, Tony Timpa, whatever it might be, the fact that Native Americans perhaps experience even higher disproportionality when it comes to their treatment by police officers. Whatever these like facts, these reality things that are out there, it's like if you feel like you have to ignore them or else your worldview is under attack, that's a problem. It's like, you need to incorporate them somehow. And you need to figure out a way in which it doesn't discount all these other real things that you've either personally lived or that you've seen on video with George Floyd or whatever it might be. Like they have to be integrated or something, because that's what I take from intersectionality and what Fletch is putting out there. And the other thing that I like, that he talked about, or you talked about before when you threw to the video, you were talking about risk, like, when it comes to, and he used the word solidarity, which is a word that I'm hearing less and less and less, and which is a word that I've always loved, and is a word that almost more than any other word represents the world I want to live in. Where it's not just empathy. Like solidarity for me is like empathy plus action. So it's like not just ability to feel the pain of another person or another group or whatever it might be, but also to be like, oh, it's my duty to act in this situation, and to do so in an enlightened way, or try to, and so I think that I like that he threw that word out, and then that action at some point, it's like solidarity implies some sort of combination, or one or the other at least, of like work or risk, or some combination of the two. And so that's what I feel like we always need to be asking ourselves, or what I try to ask myself. In my case, it's mostly work. I tend to like do videos for free. I did a video for Hoodstock here, who kind of is leading the Black Lives Matter movement here in Montreal. So, put in a week of work, for them, stuff like that. Like I try to do it in my head, it's usually more work than risk.